them alone.
I'm talking about the servants.
But okay, you got me there.
I
figure they just went,
them to take
palace
care of trash.
people will leave alone. All the poor outsiders, you're all fucked.
We are skipping a lot of the description of the palace, but we do find out that the shitters, aka Kelton, we're skipping a lot of the description of the palace here, but we do find out that the shitters, also known as Kelton, did bear nearly all the cost of building the Confessors Palace. To make up for opposing the joining of the lands and kind of basically spawning a war.
Oh, that one time we started a war.
Whoops.
Oh, shit. Our bad.
They also don't get to put a super cool shiny medallion on the staircase, and that's a super big bummer. So Kahlan thinks that it's super stupid that they have to be punished for that still. Because that was so long ago. Kelton has come so far, and they shouldn't be being punished anymore.
I would argue that they shit on things, Jade. They shit on things. That's what they do. They fight and then they shit on things. And I don't think that would mark them coming so far as a group of people.
Coming so far. I feel like you're not wrong. And I would also think that Kahlan would know this, considering that she literally smelled the shit. But, I mean, whatever. She apparently feels bad for them not getting the shiny medals, so.
Well.
When she gets near her room, she sees a bunch of servants and knows that word has spread of her return.
When she gets near her room, she sees a bunch of servants and she knows that the word has already spread of her return. Kahlan doesn't want any of the things they are asking about except a warm bath and her clothes cleaned and mended. In the book, Goodkind puts it like, Mother Confessor, do you want this? Mother Confessor, do you want that? Mother Confessor, do you wish, want, require all of this crap? And he overwhelmed me just hearing that in like 10 seconds. I was already sick of it. Not to the level Kahlan is by any means, but I was just like, yeah, that would be annoying as fuck. Leave me alone. I want to be in my room in the quiet like a weirdo, but that should be fine. Just leave me be.
I feel like after traveling like that, it's not weird to want to be alone.
No, not in her case. I just mean, had she wanted to, for whatever reason.
Yeah.
That should be okay if you're in charge.
Yeah.
I want quiet for 10 minutes. Remember, next person talks? She could just be like, next person talks dies.
Yeah, That's how it's gonna go.
I got a wizard. Fuck around.
Well, apparently they're also insistent on getting her things because they have ideas of things she's gonna do tonight. Mistress Bernadette suggests that she lay out Kahlan's white dress so she can greet all the people who have been oh so worried about her this whole time.
Kahlan's being voluntold. That's what this is.
Yeah, to go back out. So now I'm thinking that I probably should have gone back and looked at the time, but I'm guessing she got to the palace like early in the day. Because people wouldn't want to be coming up to the palace to meet her super late.
But by this time, I think it's at least afternoon getting towards nighttime.
Yes, I agree with that.
She's been there the day, and all of these people, they found out this morning, and now this afternoon or tonight, they're going to go and talk to her, and then each go back to their own castle. Everybody gets their own castle.
Yeah, what the fuck?
I think we might have skipped that in the top of the episode, but everybody gets their own fucking stay in my guest house. We know it's what we can do, the best we can do. And you're like, dude, that's a whole fucking castle. I wanted a cabin maybe, or just a room in yours. Oh, fucking sweet deal.
Yeah, but I would settle for a bed after a day like this. I don't blame Kahlan for being like,
right. Yeah, I've had enough. I just want to, kick back. I don't want to see people. I want to just relax.
Take a break,
and have a beer. Yeah.
This is a beer break. So, tonight we are drinking another Rochester Mills beer. This one is Michigan Maple Milkshake Stout. I personally am not a fan of maple syrup, like just in general. Like I'll eat it. Okay, I'm not like a phobic or something, but like
not like a weird person. You like syrup,
but in like minimal amounts on the things it's supposed to go on only. I don't want extra syrup. It gets everywhere. And this beer, it has the flavor. It's good. It is sticky though. Like you can feel it in your mouth. Like you took a bite of syrup. And that's not a bad thing, I guess, for probably most people. I am just not a fan of the stickiness of syrup.
Yeah, it's a lot. Look, it is a really, really good beer. I like syrup. I drown my pancakes in bacon. And
yeah, you're not like me.
Hey, French toast is the best, and you gotta have syrup on French toast. It's just the way it is. You know this.
Yeah, and applesauce.
But I'm actually with you on the stickiness. Some beer is sticky, especially when you get into the stouts and stuff like this. Flavor, 10 out of 10. I think it tastes great.
Yeah, it's kind of like those waffle cereal from the 90s.
Yeah, which is probably why we like them so much. But it's weird. I can feel it on the corner of my mouth. It's just there.
Yeah.
And I promise I wasn't drinking it like a madman. I just took a swallow. But, no, still great. Like, it tastes good.
Yeah, it's 5.8%. It's good. It's good. I just,
it's a lot of syrup.
One thing that I think it's the worst thing that could ever possibly happen to me in my life is if I were ever covered in syrup. That's one of my hate. I would not want that. I don't know what,
That's like your worst fear in a can, pretty much?
As long as it stays in the can and goes directly into my stomach, we're fine. If it spills on me, I'm gonna be upset. So let's finish it and grab another one.
Okay. And we are back. So, as much as Kahlan just wants to go to sleep, she recognizes how important it is for her people to see that she's alive and in charge. Although, how much 12 more hours would hurt, I don't know.
Personally, I would tell everyone to fuck off for a little while.
I've been gone for, like you said, 6 months. I wanted to sleep. Sue me. But that's just us. We're not in charge, so...
That's probably why we're not in charge.
Yeah, probably. She does have a little nostalgia moment with old Bernie, who then asks if any other confessors will be coming back. Kahlan has to break the bad news to her. So I get that Kahlan hasn't always been the mother confessor, and that normally confessors wear black. The mother confessor wears white. But she's wearing all of her traveling clothes, and not in the white dress. And then they're under the impression that there was other confessors around. We know that there's not. We've known that she's been the last one since the first book. So, was she Mother Confessor before she left?
Yes, she was Mother Confessor before, the fall of the Confessors. She was, not, I don't think for very long, but maybe a year or so, I think we talked about.
Okay, yeah, I remember that now.
It is strange that they didn't know all the other confessors were dead, because as far as I knew, Kahlan knew that before she left the keep with all the other wizards. So that's a little bit strange. The impression
that I was under too. That's why I was confused. Was she Mother Confessor just because she is the last one? We know that's not true, but my brain went there for a second, and I was like, what's going on?
I'm wondering if just maybe Bernadette was holding out true. Maybe they had an idea they were all killed. They thought Kahlan may have been killed, and they were just holding out hope that maybe some other ones were hiding somewhere.
Oh, yeah. Hoping for a best case of a worst case scenario?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe she's the beginning of an influx of confessors, which is not going to happen. So in Kahlan's room, the fire is never allowed to go out. It is always waiting for the Mother Confessor's return. She also has some food sitting there, including some spiced soup, which makes her think of Richard, and it makes her kind of sad because they were supposed to be here enjoying her big bed together.
Yeah, that was the bed that she promised Richard. I did think it was funny that, well, I don't know if it's really funny, that Kahlan also has an area that's hers that is maintained 24 hours a day for her, just in case she happens to want to use that space.
Yeah.
It has to be ready. Dark and Raw had something like that, too.
Oh, yeah.
But then again, Kahlan, I'm sure, doesn't behead people or disembowel them when they forget, maybe once. But I thought that was funny. Like, they're both powerful people, and they have people waiting on them hand and foot all the time.
Yeah. Her room did remind me a lot of Richard's room over at the Palace of the Prophets. Like, they both have an outer room and an inner room. The outer room has a fireplace, and that's where you sit and eat and do all that shit. The other room has a big giant bed, and there's a balcony. It's like the same room, just two different places.
And there are books and pipe smoke.
Yeah. So Kahlan moves out to the balcony I was talking about and looks out at the keep, wondering where the fuck Zedd could be, because she kind of needs him right now.
Yeah, that's literally the whole point of her being in Aidendrill. And this is one of the cutaways in the chapter. And it feels like when you watch reruns on TV and the end of the first episode happens and it's like, to be continued. And then just by pure luck, the second half of the episode airs right after it. And it's just like, to be continued.
Right now.
Right now, yeah. So she brings up Zedd, and then we're with Zedd.
Right.
He's sleeping in a coach. The coach that he and Adie were riding in. So they come awake abruptly, neither remembering who the fuck they are, and Addie's unable to see.
Yeah, she's blind again.
The man that we know as Zedd, he signals for the driver, who stops the coach, and then weirdly climbs in with them. This would make me uncomfortable. I don't know why. Just like, we know Ahern. He's a big guy. He crawls in there. You don't know who he is. You don't know who you are. You're like, keep your space. That's fine.
6 feet, please. Thank you.
Yeah. If I could whap you with my cane, Zedd says, then you're too close. Back the fuck up, mister.
So Ahern tells them the fake names that he was given, Reuben and Elda Ribnick, and that they've been asleep for an entire day. Goes on to tell them about the journey that they took to see the sorceresses, that they have magic themselves, or they did, and until like a day or so
at one
ago.
point.
Yeah. In order to cure them of the sickness, the sorceresses had to get rid of the good magic so the bad couldn't feed on it any longer.
It was a huge info dump that we get from Ahern, which is fine. He remembers everything very accurately.
Yeah, he wrote it down.
What I imagine would have been freaked out the entire time, being that he's not a big fan of magic as it is.
Yeah.
So it was a very convenient way to keep the story moving along by just having somebody ask Ahern, hey, what happened?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh, well, while your other characters were doing all of these things, this is what Zedd and Adie have been up to.
Let me recap for you.
Yeah. It's like the montage music from the last one. You got that queued up? It's going to be a good one. Okay.
So, apparently, it seems you can't actually rid somebody of their magic. They were made to forget the magic instead. And in that way, apparently, it would fool the evil magic, so the evil magic also wouldn't know. Like, haha, tricked ya, except, I don't know, it's one of those weird things where you're like, is the magic sentient? Like, wait, what?
If you forget that you have magic, then bad magic attacking you, attacking your good magic. Wow, I just confused myself. No, if you forget you have it, then the bad stuff that's trying to attack you or attack that inside of you can't, because you don't have it. In your mind, it can't locate it.
It's all based on perception. That's what this comes down to. It's all about how you look at things. And if you don't have a strong view on things, then nothing can attack it. So you can just kind of get back to neutral. But if you had the good stuff inside, and the bad stuff can attack it. So I think Adie and Zedd just had to get back to zero. So the bad news is that they may never get their magic back. They only agreed to this because they basically